Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on jazz pianist Dave Brubeck, and through his unusual time signatures of 5/4, we looked about how we can tweak the edges. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going from there to Texas in 1989. And the mainstay of this group, Natalie Maines, Marty McGuire and Emily Strayer, they got together and they formed the band, the Dixie Chicks. Now, the record label, the record deal was a little bit elusive for these guys at the start. They released a number of independent releases, and eventually Monument Records signed them in 1997. And around that time, they released the album Wide Open Spaces. Now, this album was absolutely massive. It actually sold 12 million copies in the country music arena alone. And these guys were selling the most CDs in 1998. So very, very significant in the scheme of things. Song of that album, I Can Love You Better. The official clip on that one below. And we've also got You Were Mine, a live version behind. I Can Only Love You Better is probably where I want to go today. When we're looking around for somebody, what do we look for? We look for the beautiful people, don't we? We look for the ones that, obviously you've got to be attracted to them. You look for the stunning ones, the pretty ones, or the handsome ones. And you think, well, I'm just going to find the person who looks good. I wonder how often, though, you might go over to someone and start talking to them and you just find you can't talk to them. There's no resonance in there. There's no communication in there. And you think, wow, that's not really, really good. We'll just have to see what happens. And so, but what do we do then? We keep looking around for the attractive ones, don't we? And we keep looking and we keep looking and we keep looking, and our eyes are closed off to what is someone you truly can resonate with, someone you can truly communicate with you. Because, being with someone is actually having a relationship with someone, having the ability to be able to communicate with each other, the ability just to be easy around each other. Surely that's what we want. We want to get below the surface of relationships and go into deeper places at times, because that's where we spend most of our time with each other, in those wide open spaces, as this album was called. The surface doesn't last for that long. We get into the underneath of who a person is, and that's kind of where we hang about. It's interesting how attraction happens, doesn't it? You're attracted physically at the start, but then something happens and deepens and creates something even more beautiful as you get to know the person. And it's in that getting to know the person where love starts. Now, as I've said in the past, love's a pretty potent force of nature. It goes where it needs to go, and the best thing we can do is get out of the way and let love do what it needs to do, because then we can because then we can relax in the depth of a love which is always patient and kind and all the rest of it. I think it's sort of important that we let love do what it needs to do. Let's not try to control it, because if love is kind and patient the whole time, well, we'd want that, wouldn't we? But that's going to come with someone, and sometimes, love will come from the most unusual of places. You'll think it's one person, it's not them, it's actually someone else. And you think, oh, did I have my eyes closed to something? So I think what we need to do is when we look for partners, when we look for people, we don't always look for the most attractive person in the room. We look for the person who's got the kind smile and the kindness about them, because that's normally a bit of indication of what they're like on the inside, and surely that's where the decisions are made about the way we talk and the way we do the things that we do. There's something true and sincere about that sort of relationship. So I Can Love You Better. I mean, I noticed a couple of these lyrics. This talks about the satin and lace, and obviously he's got the really, really, really stunningly, gorgeously pretty girl. But maybe she seems a little bit on the fake side, and you want someone real who can love you better. So let's always keep our eyes open to the possibilities of love, because you never know where it's going to come from. So trust you find all that encouraging today. 1999, that came out the album Fly. Official clip on this one. This album went to #1, pretty significant in the scheme of things. The song of that one, Cowboy, Take Me Away, which is around one of the girls getting married and her fella. So that's a pretty cool clip, that one. Though Fly and Wide Open Spaces were massive albums for the Dixie Chicks, and it was successes due to mainly because they wrote or co-wrote the songs. There was elements of bluegrass, country blues and pop in there, so they kind of had a whole heap of genres going on at the same time. These girls have got pretty amazing voices. They can sing in harmony really, really, really well. Oh my goodness. There's nothing like 3-part harmony just to sweep you away a little bit, and when you get the instrumentation right behind that, it can be amazing. These girls are pretty good on the instruments as well. There's some multi-instrumentalists in here that enables them to just put on a well-rounded performance. To the album sick, there's been a few album issues, record studio issues over the years, a few comments are made, but we're going to ignore that sort of stuff and realise that these girls have actually been massive artists. Then out in 2006, Taken the Long Way, and I'm Not Here to Make Nice is the song off that one. That's a live version from the Grammy Awards, so it's pretty cool to see that one. Between 1990 and 2020, 8 studio albums, 2 live albums, 2 compilation albums, 5 video albums, 16 music videos, 28 singles. 7 of those singles have gone to #1. These guys hold a few records for record sales, estimated to have sold around 36 million albums worldwide. So in the scheme of things, pretty significant, actually very significant indeed. The Dixie Chicks changed their name to the Chicks just recently, so these guys are still going. In fact, the last album they released was under the name The Chicks. They've actually received 8 Academy of Country Music Awards, 4 American Music Awards, 7 Billboard Music Awards, 11 Country Music Awards, and 13 Grammy Awards. They've been nominated 111 times and won 61 of those. So these guys are absolutely significant in the world of not just country music, but pop music in general. And when you have 3 girls on stage, all looking pretty good, all being able to play their instruments, all singing in harmony, it's a pretty amazing and compelling thing. And this is what has made the Chicks so successful over what it is quite a long period of time now, 30 years plus we're talking. It's a pretty long career, really. And so it's good to give these guys a bit of a tribute today. I must admit I knew nothing about these guys, but that's all good. It's always good to find out about artists that you don't know about and give them a bit of a tribute today. So the links to those, how many got? 1, 2, 3, 4 clips are in the description below, and I've included my last video on Dave Brubeck, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time to Live Reflections through Music, so great to see everybody here. Thank you for sticking with me in this channel as we continue to go through artists that I'm just coming to my mind. So next time we're going to get onto a jazz great, Dizzy Gillespie. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.